what? Me? Yeah, I used to have a YouTube channel. World Comics Review it was called. Not done anything with it for ages though. I don't know though, maybe I'll get a comic and review it? No, here's one. Collector's Item Coronavirus Special. Get yours today. Oh right, I just said coronavirus. Because monetising this channel, I suppose. Okay, let's get into it. Right, so it's called something like Destruction of Medical Facilities by Corona. Still not particularly good at Japanese, and I didn't want to do a full long translation because that would take too long and then I wouldn't make any videos, so I just used instant translation on the name up here. Anyway, it's actually Core Comics number 598, and I looked into Core Comics and actually most of what they produce is this, so yeah. Anyway, this is what I call a news comic. I don't know what the real name is, but they're often sold in convenience stores and they always seem to be in these weird shapes. Well, this one's pretty much square. And then these big borders around the artwork. Don't know why that is. Then they come out fairly often and they're usually themed on whatever news story is big at the time. Or and those stories they cover are often kind of serial killers and bizarre, violent and sexual type of crimes. Actually, Britain had something back in the day called the Newgate Calendar, which evolved into the Penny Dreadfuls, which was pretty similar. It was a book that was compiled from a bunch of broadsides which were usually sold at public executions, talking about the life of the criminal. So Japan's kind of continued that tradition. The comics about criminals, that is, not the public executions. Plenty of stories and things. So start off, guess this is about, is that Boris Johnson? There's schoolgirls kicking an old man's head in. Does that happen for real? So I guess obviously old people are most affected by the virus. And it looks like he was running a restaurant, so I guess it was spread to him by the customers. Don't crowd in with people. Oh, and here's the spread of it through the United States and hospital ship. Although when it first started, the big story in Japan was that there was a cruise ship docked in Tokyo that had the virus on board. That was the big story before it was spread into the country itself. Sort of makeshift hospitals. She got a bin bag for protection. General stuff. Oh, there's articles in these news comics too. Put a light on. Better. Right, see the comic now. Okay, got Corona. How many people died? 206 man, which is 206 10,000. SARS and MERS. When was MERS? 2012. Don't remember that. Coronavirus 9. Thingy. Okay, about the various epidemics. Another comic. Someone in an office. Lots of paperwork building up, I guess. Reduced number of people working. They're talking about other pandemics, epidemics in the past. These are the famous plague masks from the Black Death, which were not actually in the Black Death. Rats, which are supposed to have spread it, although that's now less of a solid theory about how the Black Death was spread. Some people reckon that it wasn't even cool. The Great Plague wasn't even caused by plague. It was possibly Ebola. I guess this is an Ebola outbreak. 17th century Italy. 20th century, people didn't like rats running around. I think this might be Ebola. Africa. Oh, it says 1976. Okay. Boiling syringes so they can reuse them. I think Ebola is kind of a long chain of bacteria. Inevitable Yakuza story. Yeah, these news comics are always about the Yakuza. There's always at least Yakuza and S&M, red light district stuff being decontaminated. Yeah, the Yakuza actually lost a lot of power and influence in Japan over recent years, but they still kind of have this mystique. So they're always in these comics, shoehorned in somehow. What else? More articles. So, more hospital stories. This is about repairing veins and arteries, maybe. Actually, they are saying that maybe artery and heart damage is a long-term effect of coronavirus, so I guess it's about that. Ambulances, kids in hospital, more articles, more, oh, this means death or dead. The bad luck kanji. Guess ventilator, assisted breathing. Oh, this is interesting. This is a article about medical manga over the years. It's Badaku Blackjack. It's a Tezuka one. Don't know what that is. That's a Tezuka one too. They often repeat Tezuka's work with this same style of cover for all of them. Super Doctor K. Something else. Team Medical Dragon. There's a monster in it. Monsters are kind of a medical manga. First chapter is anyway. Look, I see boobs. Skip some pages for the censorship gods. What's this? I guess this is how respiratory diseases are spread. CGI pictures. What is this? More hospital staff stories. I guess this is the military being called in to assist. Oops, going out of frame. I can't actually see what I'm recording. So, what's this? Anyway. It's got a flip phone. I guess this is, I think in the 2000s there was a major stabbing in a Japanese hospital. Someone makes a, maybe this isn't all about corona then, maybe it's just sort of medical comics in general. Or repeated old medical comics. Oh, this guy's coughing, I guess, maybe. Something to him. Good. Yeah. Skip for the censorship gods. Hospital staff story. Sort of plastic surgery disasters now. What else? Hospitals. This is just a general compilation of hospital staff stories. Maybe it is. Anyway. Okay. I probably should have checked it more before I started recording the video, but this is a new video. I recognise this style. I've seen this style before. Skip a few pages to the censorship guards. I've seen this style too. The photo backgrounds and the simple characters. I'm sure I've seen that in like magazines that aren't manga but have a comic strip. Use this sort of style. Quick and easy to draw. What's going on here? I don't know what's going on. Baseball. It's more about how corona spreads between people, maybe. Shiro Chuno. Jiro Chuno. Can read someone's name. Don't know what it's about. So he's asleep. What's this? Is this meant to represent the virus spread? Oh no. Ants. Okay. House invaded by ants. Hey. On holiday in Miami. Don't know what this is about now. Drunk guy being carried back from a bar. Okay, I thought this was about corona and it's completely changed to whatever else. Oh, here we are. Yeah, this is another article about historical epidemics in Japan, I think. So we've got skin scratching disease, some other skin swelling disease, guy collapsing, coughing blood. Yeah, Japan kind of deliberately stayed in medieval times until the middle of the 19th century, so they didn't have any medical technology at all really. Well, that's natural. And yeah, opening page is always at the end. So yeah, that's Core Comics number 598. Oh, apparently cover dated June 18th. Oh yeah. Before I finish, I'm sure I saw it said implied that coronavirus was also going to cause zombies. Where's that page? Where's the zombies? I saw that when I flipped through before. Where's the zombies? Yeah, there we are. Okay, corona zombies. I guess this guy's coughing and spreading the virus. This guy's got it, and when he coughs it goes into the air. Okay, well, yep. Too much glare now. So yes, Core Comics 598, Corona, something. Anyway, what I say every time, I'm going to try and get this channel into gear. You never know, I might actually mean it this time. I've already got at least one other video made, and after that I'll see what there is to review. I'm going to aim for at least one video a week from now on. So until then, bye bye. Oh, what? Me? Yeah, I used to have a YouTube channel. World Comics Review it was called. Not done much with it for a while.